you can all do this together and start all these steps together. So your first sort of goals will be to head for yellow, which is when you get that pay rise. It's a 5% pay rise, and you're locked in at that for life. And then people want to go for Fast Start. Now, if any of you have looked into Fast Start, that is 2,000 personal retail sales. I'll explain a bit about them in a minute. And 3 teamies. Now, they don't even have to be active, but once you've done that within a 90-day period, you will get £160 Y cash credit to spend on whatever you choose, which is brilliant. Now, it is achievable. I did it quite quickly, but it's, just following the steps and the advice that's given to you to do that if you want to do it. Now, when you've been added to these groups, have a good look around them. There's so much advice in the files tab, the albums tab, and also, I don't know if you know, at the top of a group when you're in it, there's a little search symbol, and you can type any words in that. So if you're looking for how to do Fast Start, what the requirements are, just type Fast Start in, and if there's anything in that group about it, it will bring it up for you. So it's really useful when you're, because you're trying to scroll through all this stuff and you can't find it, to use that. Have a look around the files tab. There's usually a pinned post that will tell you. Did someone try and ask for something then? No. There's shared links and things like that. And there's also a lot of YouTube accounts like Corporate have, and they share a lot of info on there. So in the beginning, I would say just do your research as much as you can in your own time when you can. Don't feel rushed or pressured into trying to find out everything now, because you can't. It's ongoing, and you have that support. We're a really good team, and we really help each other out. But just take it a step at a time. Don't worry about trying to sell every single item in the catalogue either. Just try and what's in your kit is a good thing to go on. So find your favourites in there and sort of share about those. The other good thing to find out, because I didn't know in the beginning, is who was who in your upline. Because what happens is you'll have your sponsor, then you have your upline elite if your sponsor isn't an elite. So Denise is an elite and I'm an elite. So I'm Denise's elite, but anyone under Denise, you are her sponsor. She's your sponsor and your elite. And then you have Anne-Marie Doman, who's our black status. So basically what that means is she's at the top of the company. So anyone above her, we don't really have anything to do with, because she kind of manages the whole team under her and all of her elites and downline. So it's kind of learning who's who in the company and about the company itself. It's really useful to know. Obviously, if you start a job somewhere, you need to, you have to be trained and learn the skills that you need to know to do it. And it's the same with this. But the beauty of it is you can do it all in your own time and not have to, worry about it or anyone else. It's up to you how you do it. But I just want to say that when you start, there is so much resource there now. That's, it's there for the taking. And if you can't find something, just ask. You want to say something, Denise?
I just saw a very exciting message. Amanda just bought her convention ticket.
Has she?
Yeah.
Why haven't you bought yours yet?
I won't be buying it for a little bit.
Okay.
But I'll be there, don't worry. And so will Ashley and Michelle. We're going to get you there too.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my whole blinking team with next year.
Okay, right. So yeah, the next thing is look on your website. Have a really good look around on there. Oh, someone keep.
Oh, Danny. No, it's not Danny. Who's it? Natalie.
Click in every single thing there and get to know what's there. Corporate news is there. They announce stuff. We now have university training, which we're growing and expanding. There's links within there. Look at your parties, which shows you all your party credits.
Vicky. Sorry. Natalie, can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all right. Don't you just want to mute yours because the wind is blowing on your phone, and then that goes over Vicky's voice. So if you just mute, then we won't hear the wind. Oh no, she's gone off. I didn't want to chase her away.
She's left.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just couldn't hear you because the wind was blowing over your voice as if you walking outside.
He's gone.
Right,
anyway. So you have all that on your back office. So I've just had a mouthful of cake. Then you have people like Anne-Marie and other leaders who are really generous because even though we're not in their teams, they share trainings. So always be on the lookout for that. I try and take up as much as I can, like joining them, whether I'm in it in the moment, but it might be something that I go back to have a look through. The other thing I would say is quite important. It's like with networking, because a lot of us aren't experienced in it, is to use the personal development that's available. Now, I uploaded 2 books onto our team group. One is the Eric Worre GoPro. So I bought the whole module thing and uploaded it. So it's there. You don't even have to pay for it. And there's something else called Eat That Frog, which is a really good one.
Really good one.
So, so those are sort of steps to take just to start learning about it and how to go about it. But we all get a bit excited. And as I said, in the beginning, I did. And I ended up being a bit spammy. And the way it doesn't work at all. And it just ends up annoying people. So the way to kind of, when you start out, is some of my sign-ups, I offer a launch party for them. And I usually do it online because they're not local. So we do a private group, which will then, after their launch night, will turn into their customer group for them to carry on growing that group. So that's a good way to start. I'd be happy to help anyone with a launch party. They're always pretty good. They're good fun. And kind of do it like that. And then you get friends that you have purchased from you to do a selfie and tag you in it saying how much they like the products. You need to do selfies telling people how amazing it is as well, because people trust you and know you. So you've got to be brave in the before and afters, you know. A year ago, I would never be like this with no makeup on and my hair not done, but I don't care now.
Nor would I.
Yeah, if people are going to judge me and say nasty things, then they're not very nice people. So I don't, I'm not bothered about it anymore. But I used to be. I used to care. I never used to answer my door, not if I didn't have any makeup on, but for example, I would never have done this. But if I wasn't expecting someone coming to my front door, I wouldn't answer it. Get that anxiety. And so all of this, just do it a step at a time. We're not saying go all guns blazing and start doing videos and throwing parties and stuff like that. Just do these little bits, and you will get confident as you do these little bits. I promise you. So it took me a while to get my head around doing a video, and then one day I was like, I'm just going to demo the lip stain. 30 seconds. I did the lip stain, showed people it didn't come off, and that was it. And I just put it out there. And I got the piss ripped out of me badly, but in a funny way, and I could take it. So that just then pushed me on to do a little bit of a longer one, and kind of you end up doing that. And the more you do it, and the best advice I got from someone was just act like you're talking to a physical person and be yourself. And because I kept sounding robotic. But then another good tip with videos is you, rather than worrying about what you're saying as you're applying products, you can just record it and then put it like in the app, like Viva Video, and mute it, and then put your voice over it then. So you can watch yourself doing that application video and say, right, so this is what I did this step, this step, this step, over the video. And if you want, any of us could do a training on that if people aren't familiar.
I've actually done one. Michelle, if you look in our group, you'll see there's a training on how to do different types of videos, where I've done some where you don't have to talk, you just apply it, and then you just put some wording over it. Ashley, I'll add you to the groups tomorrow, and then you'll find them. And Liz, I think you'll also see them in the group. So there is some training. Vicky, if you want me to, I can share it in the Team Unicolleagues then as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'd be great. But also, you can just search on YouTube for these things because most presenters have done it as well. So it is a good way if you do want to practice. Or, I mean, if you have got another teamie near you, do it together or something like that, you know. Denise and I did something stupid a few months ago where she was my hands, and did we go live, or was it just we went live?
No, live wasn't a big thing then. We recorded it and posted it.
Yeah, and you were in my arms, and we were just sitting. I talked about how I was applying products, and all you could see were these hands just being a bit weird on me. So you could do that as well. So if you are, or a friend, it doesn't have to be another team member, just, you know, a mate and you could demo it. Or, however, we've got loads of tips. I could go on and on. I need to shut the door because all I can hear is Layla giggling her head off at Adam. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to say was about when we're wanting to build a team. The thing to remember is that you're not being a nuisance. So many people, when they want to share about this with someone, feel like they're being a nuisance to people. You're not. This really is an amazing opportunity. You know, 18 months ago when I started, I never realised that. And ask people, talk to people, say, look, I really think you could do this. It's such good fun. But now it's life-changing for me and my family. It's unreal. I can't believe it. I would never have got 7 promotions in 18 months from my day job that I was at for 12 years and got the sack last October because I was poorly quite a lot. So if I didn't have this running alongside it, and that's the thing, I've realised that I build these relationships with people and say, you know, you could really do it. Or they'll say, you have so much fun with all your people and you do so many things and you get so much free makeup. And are you really earning money from this? Yes, I am. And yes, anyone else can do it too. But if you're willing to do that training and personal development and growth and things like that. So I promise you, if it is something that you want to do, it really is achievable. And you get all this help and support. It's brilliant. And Denise is an example, and it makes me so happy to know that she left the job and is doing this full time now as well. You know, it's amazing. And when I met her, last August, September, wasn't it?
September, October last year, yeah.
It feels like about 5 years, in a good way. Yeah, when you came over that day and met me and we went through it all, it's just unreal, isn't it? And now this is what you do all the time.
I know, and then I didn't even own a car then. I took a taxi over to Vicky's. Where now I have my own car. I've left my day job. It's really good. What you can do with it.
Cruise.
Yeah, and I'm going on the cruise.
Yeah. See, I went on the cruise last year as well to Jamaica, and Denise said then, next year I'm going on that cruise with you. Okay.
No.
Yeah, so just don't worry about what people think. People around you need to support you. If they don't worry about them. Get people to support you and believe in you. I have told people, this is going to be 5 minutes. No, it isn't. I'm laughing in their faces now. But I've got to be quick because I didn't realise that it only gives you a certain amount of time on here, otherwise you have to pay 15 quid. Just popped up on there.
Oh, I just noticed that as well.
Yeah. So the other thing is, if you're building a team, then there's a video called The Power of Duplication that I did. It's on our group. And it's about recruiting 5 people, and then each of those 5 recruiting 5, and how in 5 layers it ends up with a lot of people. So it's the way of, you know, trying to duplicate that success with everyone that joins, because you want everyone to be successful. I get nothing for anyone joining. The only time is when we all like promote and hit ranks and stuff like that. So this genuinely is something that we get so excited about for people to be successful in. So if you can't sort of do something, you're worried about it, you're not sure how to apply makeup, then, you know, we can all learn. Again, sorry, Denise, I keep looking at you. She said to herself, she didn't really do makeup before. And she's learned how to do it and has a weekly show. It's crazy.
Everybody says to me now, "Oh, aren't you a makeup artist?" No, I'm not. This is what I used to look like, okay, with a little bit of foundation on, and now I'm doing makeup.
Yeah. The other thing that's really good is sharing your achievements. So if you, it's nothing that exciting, but we don't. We recognize. So, for example, when you qualify and you put your first order through and you hit the 125 PRS, that's really exciting. You have got going on your business. You started, and we recognise that. Share it. Hey, God, my upline at this giving me a shout out about this. Share all your achievements. I do incentives every month, and if you want to go, share it, or you can just say there's an incentive this month in my team, and can people help me with whatever it is. Like this month, it's 9 makeovers, and like our upline, like Anne-Marie Doman, she is the 4th in 500,000 people. The highest PRS in the last year. That is unreal, and we've got her mentoring us. So that's brilliant. So I like to share those sorts of things just to show that all that recognition is there. The other thing I've got here is to learn about obviously Unique's mission and purpose behind it, because I think that's pretty special. Read your presenter agreement so that you don't go against compliance. A lot of us do that in the beginning, like sharing publicly your income. That's why it's really good to have that group. So even if you don't have a launch party through a group, create one so that every customer that you ever have them to Facebook and invite them to go to your group so they can keep up to date on the latest offers and things like that. And you can do your own sort of offers and deals within those private groups. But just, understand that this does take time, but you have to be consistent and dedicated for it to grow. A lot of girls on the team dip in and out because that's what they want to do. They like the discounted makeup, they like the socialising, and they just want a few extra quid each month. So if you want to grow in this, you have to be consistent. Even if one day it's half an hour that you put in, just make that half an hour count. Because I know obviously everyone has busy lives and things come up. Right, I'm panicking about the time. When you start so when you get your kit, get excited. You could do a video opening the kit, tagging people on it. I don't know if you all know, we've got a 14-day love it guarantee. So if people will say, I want to try this, have you got it and you haven't, they can send it back if they're not happy with it. Unique will refund them and they just send it back. So they can buy through your website with no worries about losing out on money. It's not like going into Debenhams, buying a foundation, walking out and realising they've completely wrongly colour matched you and you don't want it. They won't take it back, will they? But we do.
I use that as a selling point a lot.
Yeah. Also, follow up with every single person, because even if they might say no to something now, it's not always going to be no forever. So always keep that list going of when you last spoke to them. There's a good, like, a 222 thing to follow up, which is 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months.
Yeah.
That's a separate sort of training. But just try and capture anyone and everyone that you speak to and just write them down in a little notebook and how you met them and what you last said to them, sort of thing. It's a really good way that you build these relationships and people start to realise that, this really is, well, it's amazing makeup. Anyway, I'm so excited about all the new products.
Do you know what I've started doing? Oh, yeah, they are. I have literally started doing these. Sorry, Vicky, I'm stealing some of your time quickly. But it's so important for you girls that start now to do this. I have got these cards going. So those are those index cards. And every single person that I speak to now that's interested in buying, whether she buys or not, I write her name down on one of the pink ones. And every person that I speak to that want to join is on all of the green cards, so I can follow up on them. So I make sure every day I go and comment on one of their posts so that they, jogs their memory that I'm still there. And then the client ones, I go through them whenever I want to get some more sales.
Yeah, something I wished I'd done from the beginning was have a client file so I knew what colours and shades they bought and what they like. For example, when I do launch parties, I do a game where it's what's your favourite must-have makeup product, and what's your, what unique product have you yet to try? And I get everyone that comments will be put into a draw to win a prize. And then that way, the girl, usually my teamie that's signing up, Samantha, we've got yours tomorrow night, haven't we?
Yeah.
So then what happens is you have got a list of all of your friends and whoever's on there, what their favourite makeup is. You can then say, have you tried the unique version once you've got it? And then you've also got what they want to try from that party. When you've got it, you can say, I've got it, you can come over and try it, or you can send them a sample. Do you see what I mean? So there's all these ways of getting information without actually being salesy. So yeah, tomorrow it'll be fun. I do quite a few games where from that you'll get some good information. Yeah, so the other way is like leaving a catalogue somewhere, like at a school or something, to say, I've just joined Unique, do you want to have a look at the catalogue? If we can, it's a really good way of sharing it all without sounding like we're being salesy. So like I did a post the other day when I was in Superdry buying some stuff a couple of days ago, and we were just chatting about our day, and she asked me what I did and whether, working from home was lonely, and I was like, not the sort of working from home I do, because I speak to girls all the time and meeting up with people. And when she asked what it was, and we just got into a conversation, she was like, oh, I'm really interested in that. And she gave me a discount card for my return visit to spend, and I went to Swansea and gave her my business card. If you can, get yourself some business cards straight away so that people have got you've got your contact details. Don't feel silly in acting professional, because it's good to come across as assertive and confident, even if you don't feel it inside. Honestly, it's, people take you seriously then. So, and I remember that feeling in the very beginning. I know what I'm talking about. I always have it in my head, and in the job I did at the council is I know more than them. Most of the time, if I do a home party, I know more than them about the products. As long as you've done your research beforehand, you could just focus on 5 products and ask a few friends round for tea, and so you could just focus out. Make out you're practicing. Hello. Just make out that you're practicing. Say, can I just practice on you? Do it like that without sound, and then they'll be, oh, actually, I'd like to get one of those, or and you could just say about these sorts of trainings. There's this, if you can put aside this sort of time, then we're more than happy to go online regularly. Now that there is so many of us, and to cover these things. Don't be afraid to ask anything at all, because I know how daunting it really can be. I think I've covered everything. So has anyone got any questions? It always goes quiet, doesn't it?
My biggest worry is basically I've got a couple of people that already want to sign up. I don't know if they're just gonna be time wasters